What is up, guys? Greg Nowacki here, and today I wanted to show you guys a way to follow up with prospects that really organizes your pipeline, as well as a couple different strategies that you guys can implement to cold outreach, as far as like email or if you're direct messaging people. And the reason why I wanted to put this video together is because one of my biggest challenges I had when I first started prospecting for clients was that I was literally just not organized enough to be able to follow up with people effectively. And now some of you guys might have tried different platforms like HubSpot. I was also using one called Zoho. I was even considering looking into Salesforce, but Salesforce is quite expensive. And I actually ended up coming across this other platform, which is called Contactually. And I'll definitely put a link below so you guys can check it out. But the reason why I like this platform so much is because of the fact that it really makes it visual. So finding out a way that works for you is the best way to organize kind of your pipeline, because one of the things I didn't like about HubSpot or Zoho is the fact that it just wasn't visual for me. Like, I need to actually see where things are at any point in time. And so with this platform, which is called Contactually, it really helps kind of like organize things in a way that you can see everything very clearly. And a couple different things that you can do with this is you can organize things by the tags. You can also do it based on where they're at in your pipeline as well. And so in here, I just have one active contact just to kind of give you guys a reference. Obviously, I have a lot more here that are tagged with different types of industries that I'm targeting. But you can do a lot with this by targeting people based on, not targeting, but organizing them by their locations, also the company name, also the industry that they're tagged in, as well as you're probably wondering what the strong, fading, weak, and none is. So you can tag people with different reminders. So say if I email this person Sandra, right? I can set it up to where there's a reminder, and I'll actually just walk you guys through this and show you. So when I click on her name and I come up here, it shows the activity feed. So it'll show all my interactions with them. So whether this is email or any other type of interaction that I want to do, it's a great way of you being able to see all your follow-ups so you can consecutively keep up with these people as effectively as possible. So as we go in here, I'll click and show you her profile. All right, so you can really expand upon this too. So you can have the address of the company, the website. You can also have multiple phone numbers, you have multiple emails. But the cool thing I like is that you can log different interactions. So one of the things that I was struggling with HubSpot and Zoho is that if I was DMing somebody or sending them a message on Facebook, or maybe even sending them like a message on Twitter or Snapchat or whatever, like I wanted to be able to record those interactions, but it just wasn't flowing as I wanted it to. So with this, I can log different interactions. So even if I call somebody, I can log that interaction of saying like I left a voicemail, or it can also be that I spoke to somebody, but I wasn't able to speak to the person that I wanted to, and then I can log that call. The other thing is you could do an in-person interaction. You could also do a text message, and then other is usually what I classify things for as like an Instagram DM, or if I'm sending somebody a Facebook message or anything else that's related to social media. The cool thing about this platform too is that it tracks your opens, so you can also see when people open your emails, when they click on it, as well as if they reply to you. So you can have different triggers where if somebody opens your email but they don't reply to it within 2 days, you'll be reminded for that. So then you can follow up with them knowing that they've opened your email and they just haven't replied to you. So you can take it a couple different ways. You can say like, hey, like I know you're probably busy and just haven't had a chance to get back to me, but I just wanted to follow up with you and see what I could do to help you. And as you can see, I've sent this person a couple different messages, and now it's to the point where it's like, okay, what would be my next step, right? And that's the thing you have to think about is if you're sending somebody an email, you're sending them a message through Facebook or Instagram or whatever way you're trying to reach out to people, if your initial couple tries of those different avenues don't work, then you might have to try calling them, or you might have to figure out another way that's creative in order to get in front of them. And this is where making sure that you're logging your different interactions is so important. The cool thing about this platform too is that as you expand your sales force, you can start to assign team members to different leads. And so you can have different connections, you can have different people that are assigned to this. So you can also see all the people that have interacted with them as well. So if you have a sales team that's doing multiple touch points on different leads, the great thing about this is that say if somebody reaches out to them on Monday and then another sales rep comes in here and they're about to follow up with this person, but they look at the activity and they see that Johnny on Monday had just called and spoke with somebody, and that person had told them that they were going to follow up with them like 3 days later, well, then we wouldn't want the second sales rep calling and asking a question that might be something that Johnny already asked, right? And so it's a great way to organize things so you can visually see everything. The cool thing too is there's this platform right here called lead routing. So also thinking of larger scale, what you can do is you can upload a contact list or a lead list into this. And this isn't something that I've tested out yet just because I'm not at that point where I have that many sales reps in order to do it. But you can upload a lead list, and then once you have it, you can automate the lead assignment to different team members. So if you want to designate like 10, 20, 30, 40, even higher than that for each individual person. So from that 1,000, you can designate who you want who to interact with who. And then that's a great way of building out your pipeline so that way you can have different things. And there's a ton of different features on here as well. And one of the things that I really like, and it's a separate platform, but it integrates with it. And it's this integration called BombBomb. So it's BOMB. So this is a separate integration, but you go to this website called bombbomb.com, and you can sign up for a free trial as well. And what it does is it allows you to send videos in your email. But the great thing is that it shows it as a thumbnail, and then it also shows the duration of the video. So it'll say like, play this video, it's 30 seconds long or a minute long. So that way when somebody opens up their email, they can see how long this is. And it's also a great way of interacting with prospects when you first initially reach out, because think about it, how many times do they receive emails throughout the day? 20, 30, 100 emails. But if yours is the only one that comes across their desk that has a video in it, well, that's a great way of standing out. And it also shows that like you're a little bit different than everybody else. And they're more likely to open up the video knowing that they don't have to read a long email. This can be a great way of also putting a face to the name. If they want to see somebody behind the camera and it's you smiling, this is a great way of initially getting their attention, and then you can also follow up with that too. And the cool thing about BombBomb is also tracks who opens the video, so you can also see the data as far as are these videos effective, and you can even pre-record videos, so you can do a mass scale of this where you send out a bunch of videos. So obviously you'd want to make it all to the same industry, so if you're targeting restaurants or plastic surgeons or whatever, you can make one video that's specific to restaurants and then one that's specific to anything else that you're targeting. But it's a great way of making sure that like you're able to scale things, because the more communications you have on a daily basis, which is your outflow equals your inflow, is you're increasing the likelihood of potentially getting more clients simply by the fact that you're putting out more lines of communication. And so even through the natural laws of average, or the law of averages, you're bound to get people to start replying back to you of like, hey, like I'm interested. Or you also might get a couple of those people saying like, hey, I'm not interested at all. But with every no, you're getting closer to the yes. So I thought this is just a great platform, something I wanted to share with you guys. I've been testing it out myself. I've only been using it for about 2 weeks, but I can definitely see a big difference as far as my ability to follow up with people in a timely manner, because really the fortune is in the follow-up. So if you guys like this video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Definitely give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys soon.